Jonathan.
Yes, this is an unfolding tragedy, is it not? They will have been receiving that information more or less drip fed to them at the same time as we receive it. And you have to put yourself in the shoes of those potentially bereaved families. They are getting their information essentially in real time. They may not yet know if their loved ones are injured or deceased or have indeed survived. So I'm standing here at Gatwick Airport. You may be able to see beside me now. There's a huge throng of press that has now assembled here, all of whom are essentially performing the same job as myself, which is reporting the news as it arrives, piecemeal, if you like. I was a moment ago, I was in the South Terminal, which is where one would have expected the families of the arriving passengers to have been there to welcome them. There wasn't a soul that I could see that showed any signs of awaiting that flight. So one has to assume that they have already received the terrible news and are probably now sitting by the phone or possibly heading in to somewhere more appropriate than the airport itself, because there's nothing for them to find here, and obviously that plane is no longer scheduled to arrive.
Sad, which is very, very unfortunate. Loss of thrust, loss of lift. The reason for the crash. We're also now told that the Indian Army has deputed a number of military personnel in aid of civil authority for disaster relief at the hospital. If you're still with me, there are reports of casualties on ground too. Okay, give me a moment as we re-establish that link with Brijesh in a moment. Apparently, there have been casualties on ground. There were students in the dining hall, medical students in the dining hall when that plane crashed and debris fell on the dining hall. That building caught fire, as you can see in those images. A residential hall caught fire. There were some students apparently even there. We are waiting for an official confirmation. What is it that we've been able to piece together so far, talking to authorities and officials on ground and statements that have been made? Air India flight 171 crashed outside the Ahmedabad airport this afternoon, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport, moments after it took off. This was a long duration flight, a long endurance flight from Gujarat, from Ahmedabad in Gujarat to Gatwick in the United Kingdom. A 9-hour long flight, a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, had 242 passengers on board, and air crew and 2 pilots, 230 passengers, 10 air crew, 2 pilots. The passengers included former Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani. The DGCA has said that the Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft was to fly to London Gatwick. It took off exactly at 13:38 hours, 1:38 in the afternoon, and crashed in under 5 minutes after takeoff at a residential area, Menghani Nagar, outside the periphery of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport. The DGCA also gave details. The pilot, soon after takeoff, gave a Mayday call. That's an SOS Mayday. The moment you give out this Mayday call, as Group Captain Vinod will also tell us better, it means all airport authorities, every authority concentrates on that aircraft, puts everything else on standby to assist this aircraft when it gave a Mayday call. But unfortunately, the flight was barely 625 feet higher than ground. There was very little reaction time. The images that you saw, Union Home Minister Amit Shah en route Gujarat, he's spoken to Home Minister of the state, he's spoken to the Chief Minister of the state.